people had the right to vote. And here we are in this community where we have proof positive that activism.
Over the years, part of the Voting Rights Act have been by Supreme Court rulings, what it stands for, and those who sacrificed for it continue to be a moral beacon. So today we mark the 60th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act and its legacy still being written. And that is tonight's CBS TV News Plus. Prime Time is up next, streaming live on CBS News 24/7. I'm Maurice Dubois. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good night.
Right now at 5, an immigration raid like we've never seen before. Federal agents use a rental truck as a Trojan horse at a Home Depot.
And it's raising questions about a temporary court ruling after weeks of calm in L.A. Evelyn.
I'm assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. 2 neighborhoods in the San Fernando Valley without water, and it could be for more than 48 hours. Breaking news tops KCAL News at 5.
This is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kcbs.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. Pat Harvey has the evening off. And we begin with that breaking news. An L.A. neighborhood is without water.
City crews are working around the clock on this issue.
Mayor Karen Bass and other city leaders giving an update just minutes ago.
KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk for us. Mike, the boil water notice has also been issued.
Yeah, that's right. For everybody basically north of the 118 freeway and west of Rinaldi there, rather west of another road there in the Porter Ranch and Granada Hills area. Now, this all happened after an overnight valve broke there in the area, and it's been causing DWP problems trying to get it fixed. We want to show you the efforts that have gone on out there in both the Granada Hills and the Porter Ranch area. This has been going on for most of the day here. They have brought in thousands and thousands of bottles of water for people who are without water in that area. Now, again, this all happened after some sort of a failure of a valve there up in the area, and then it's basically caused them to lose access to a tank with millions of gallons of water in it that services both the Granada Hills and Porter Ranch areas. DWP says they've got bottled water out there. They're all washing machines, showers, restrooms, all of the things for people up there to come down and get those normal services as they race now to repair this issue. Now, even the temporary repair, according to the CEO of the LA DWP, could take 24 to 48 hours, and that's only if it's successful tonight. And what that means is a third-party company is now laying hose lines to connect to a different water source and supply it into a pipeline. So we're talking about laying a lot of hose just as a temporary fix while they work to fix this valve that is causing them problems.
The location of the valve is 24 feet deep, and the repairs are very complex. They have been working since last night, and this morning they found 2 oil pipelines, active pipelines, a gas line, and large boulders that have complicated our excavation efforts.
And because of that, even the people that do have some water left are now being told to boil their water, because essentially what happens in a water system is once you lose pressure, you run the risk of contaminants getting into the rest of the water system. So here's where that boil water order is. As we said, everything north of the 118 and west of Balboa here, which is obviously on the right side of the screen. So basically all of this area of Granada Hills and Porter Ranch now under order. So if you do have water left and you live in that area, you're being asked to boil it. If you don't have water, the LADWP, along with the city of Los Angeles, has set up many stations for you to come get bottled water, shower services, laundry services. As we mentioned, the mayor also said because of the high temperature and the concern potentially for fire risks, they have pre-deployed an LA City Fire helicopter to the area, as well as several engines and firefighters to be on standby to respond to any emergencies as quickly as possible in that area. Guys.
It's a huge area, Mike. Yep. All right, thank you very much. Potentially dangerous heat is moving into Southern California.
Meteorologist Evelyn Taft has our next weather alert.
All right, sounds good, Evelyn. Thank you. Federal agents hopping out of a moving truck and storming a Home Depot in the Westlake District.
KCAL News reporter Lucelia Caballero is live there tonight. And Lucelia, the feds are calling this Operation Trojan Horse.
That's right. They arrested 16 people in total. The Department of Homeland Security tells us there are people from Mexico, Nicaragua, Honduras, and Guatemala. And the community is responding, and they are responding in a very loud manner. Behind me, they are starting to set up for a peaceful protest that is going to be just outside of the Home Depot, where they took in these 16 people. You can see this car, truck set up. It says migrant workers get the job done, and that is the message that they want to portray today, that these people were just working, minding their business before they were picked up. Take a look at what unfolded earlier this morning.
Damn, bro, they got raided right now.
Cell phone video taken by a witness capturing the moment people were arrested by Border Patrol. The Department of Homeland Security confirming 16 people were taken in what they're calling Operation Trojan Horse.
Look at this, just right now.
State Assembly member Mark Gonzalez, what witnesses told him.
Penske truck rolled up and was telling folks that they were looking for 10 hard workers. And as day laborers gathered up, they took advantage of that opportunity and they rolled up the truck, and ICE just started popping out and trying to gather as many individuals as they could.
A judge has ordered a stop to indiscriminate sweeps, but acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says the raid was constitutional.
But these operations are happening almost daily, and they have not stopped.
Asaley says Border Patrol was there because the notorious MS-13 gang has a hold on the area, which needs to be addressed. Federal officials made similar claims last month when about 100 agents amassed and then swept through MacArthur Park. And based on what witnesses have told us and video we've seen, this appears as though it might be a violation of the judge's order. What can you tell us to make us understand that this isn't a violation?
The court order doesn't say we cannot conduct operations out of a Penske truck or out of Home Depot. It says we have to have reasonable suspicion. Border Patrol does not need a warrant to conduct detentions. They do not. So when people yell out warrants, this is just nonsense. They don't even need probable cause.
So what his description of federal law, I would say, is lawlessness.
Mayor Karen Bass holding firm to her statement, not stand for raids in a sanctuary city.
What do I say to Bill Asaley? I say that we are going to stand strong, that we are going to continue to resist, and that we are not going to accept this situation, which was why we had a court decision and a temporary restraining order, and now that needs to be enforced.
Penske Truck Rental issued a statement saying it strictly prohibits the transportation of people in the cargo area of its trucks and confirmed it had not authorized their use in this operation.
This is something that is not acceptable, and we are not going to stand for it in Los Angeles.
And that is the message that protesters will be echoing now well after 6 o'clock. As you see, signage here, education, not deportation. And many here are saying, hey, let them be. You know, if they're not doing anything and all they're doing is trying to make a living to support their families, leave them alone. And I'm sure we're going to hear from city leaders that are now arriving to this peaceful protest and who are set to speak in just a couple of minutes. Reporting live from Westlake, Lucelia Caballero, KCAL News.
Lucelia, thank you. A Fontana teenager should be starting the new year at Etiwanda High School, but instead she's in the hospital. KCAL News report.